everybody. I'm starting the show. So, hey, a religious guy knocked on my door today to tell me I need to follow his beliefs. I said, why? He said, because the gays are trying to force their agenda on everybody. I asked him if he went to a lot of houses with this message. He said, of course I do. Yet he still doesn't get the irony. Let's start the show.
In a cabin, going crazy, 'cause a flu that's worse than swine swept the planet, so damn it, here we are in quarantine.
Hello, and welcome to Virtual Comedy Show. Here are some etiquette guidelines for Virtual Comedy Show. Please arrive 15 minutes early. Please be quiet, except for laughing. Come on, we've been a Zoom meeting civilization for 9 months. You know the drill. Just be polite, okay? We would like to see your face as part of the audience. Let's be social, not just distant. So get comfortable, plan to laugh, but not heckle, and let's make our strange quarantined world a bit more normal for a little while. Thanks, and enjoy the Virtual Comedy Show.
Okay, it's going really well so far.
I love it.
That's what I wanted to happen. There we go.
Hey everyone! It's time for the Virtual Comedy Show, starring Brad Tassell and Steve Goodie. Tonight, Brad and Steve welcome their very special guest,
Pat Duax!
live from their respective quarantined homes. And now, please welcome Brad Tassell!
Oh! Am I still spotlit? Thank you. I hope I'm still spotlit. And on Facebook, if you can see all of us, you'll see that our guest this week, Pat Duax, is just off doing the live version of Kung Fu Panda or something. I don't know. I know. And if you can't see him, you'll see him later. I'm Brad Tassell. Good to see everybody here. Steve's dad is here with a water pick. I don't know what that means. Ellen and Vicky. I said Vicky again. Valerie and Carla. And I'm Brad. So, Pat, it's your first week here. I haven't seen you in a while. And I've got a story about Pat later. But this is where I'm gonna zip through some jokes, and then we're gonna start the show. Let's do that now. Are we ready? Say yes.
Yes.
All right. So last week it was Dr. Seuss. This is the first joke, by the way. Last week it was Dr. Seuss, and this week the new darling of the right wing is Pepe Le Pew. Have we seen this? Pepe Le Pew encompasses all the qualities conservatives enjoy. Never give up on your goals and never taking no as an answer from a woman. So the Hannity set is up in arms because their beloved French skunk that they haven't thought about in 30 years was cut from the movie Space Jam 2. Another example of cancel culture over nothing, they said. It's just a cartoon skunk sexually assaulting a cat. What's the big deal? What's the big deal? I mean, it's not like, I don't know, it's not like he knelt down at a football game or something.
Oh, hey, all right.
As your lawyer, I advise you to stop there.
Stop there. I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay. I enjoyed that one a lot. So, Joe Biden signed a $1.9 trillion COVID relief package. Yeah, oh, that's nice. And magically, the Republicans care about the deficit again.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. So Trump raised the deficit by nearly $8 trillion, but the GOP senators said this package was too expensive because mainly it did something they were staunchly against, helped poor people. Now, Republicans feel this money will make the lazy poor even more apt to refuse to work, and the money could be used on better projects they endorse, like helping Pepe Le Pew.
Nice callback.
I wanted to call back. I should have done that one at the end, but I did it too close. Okay. Joke number 3. Oh, hey, something you may not have heard. The inventor of the cassette tape, Lou Oatens, has died. Who knows that?
Oh.
Yeah. He truly was. The inventor of Pat knew. The inventor of the cassette tape, Lou Oates, has died at the age of 94. He is survived by millions of women who lost their virginity because a dude gave them a really good mixtape. Okay, I thought that was funnier. Oh, hey, your dad enjoyed that one, Steve. I like that. So, by the way,
Dad just got his first cassette, so he's excited.
That's true. His first cassette. Yeah, he just got that the Capitol or whatever those cassettes are. So,
Muskrat
by the
Love.
way, Lou Oates, at his funeral, he will be lowered into his grave by his pallbearers as they turn number 2 pencils in little holes to remove the slack. I thought that was the funnier part of that joke.
That was the funnier
It was a funny part of the joke.
Yeah, the first part I struggled with, but the second part I thought was going to be good.
Paul Bears are always funny.
Paul, yes.
Yeah.
And turning the number 2 and putting the pencil in the cassette tape is funny.
And number 2.
Okay. And number 2 is always funny. Yes. I've got one of those later. That's joke number 7, Carla. The number 2 joke. So Meghan Markle and Harry, I don't know what his last name is because I always thought his first name was Prince. They spoke to They spoke to Oprah about their wish to stay out of the public eye. Good start.
Yeah.
Now, one reason they're separating from the royals is because of how poorly and racist the family treated Markle. They don't say who said this, but one royal voiced concern that their baby might be too dark for the family. Now, even though we don't know who said this, which royal said this racist remark, we do know one thing about them. Their mom and dad were siblings.
Doesn't narrow it
So
down.
it could be any of them. It could be any of them at this point. Yeah, because they're inbred. Oh, also, when Harry and Meghan started dating... Yes? Okay. So when Harry and Meghan started dating in 2016, there was talk of a scandal, and a big scandal for a black woman to join the family. And who brought this up originally was Prince Andrew, right before he flew to Jeff Epstein's island. Epstein. Dang it!
So close. So close.
So close. So the point was he's a child molester. Okay, let's see.
But only white kids.
That's right. Yes, but only white kids. Yes.
Number 2 pencils.
Number 2 pencils and only white children. Okay, that one's going to be edited out. So, for the next thing. For the next one. In good news, here's the good news. I got the second vaccine today. Am I the only one?
Hey, yes, you are.
Who else has had the vaccine?
I got it.
All right, of course, your dad. And that's about it. So, I got the second vaccine, so I cannot wait to start licking stuff again. Which I will do all of you when I see you. So, by the way, the CDC guidelines say that vaccinated people can meet without masks without worry, meaning that all the ladies out there are going to have to find a new reason not to go see Uncle Touchy Touch. I wait too long for the laughs on some of these. By the way, it was only a few hours ago that I got the vaccine, so really the side effects are, all I've had so far is a little redness at the site and an email from Bill Gates telling him my first location. I hear a buzz. It's done. Okay. It's not going well, Pat. It's your fault.
I'm enjoying it.
It's going great.
That's fun. It's fun. I'm just mumbling this week. I can't get the words out. And I read these. Oh,
just had a shot.
2 more, and maybe just one if this one doesn't go. Coming to America. The Coming to America reboot with Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall is breaking records for the number of people not talking about it. One reviewer said, it was there, I guess. And another reviewer raved, it's fine.
Hey, I liked it.
My face.
I said it's fine. I didn't say it was bad. I'm saying I liked it too. I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was great. I didn't think it was better. I didn't think it was necessarily that funny. It was just okay, and I think that's how most people feel. Because you liked it, or you thought it was the best movie of the year?
No,
I think it's
Okay,
one of the,
stop talking.
Are those the only two choices?
it's one of the best
That's
movies
it.
a lot of people risk COVID to make.
Okay, yes they did. Yes they did. So and a lot of it probably got it too. Okay, so I wrote this joke 5 minutes before the show, so it'll be just as good as the other ones. Cementing himself, and this literally just happened an hour ago or so, cementing himself in the douchebag Hall of Fame, Tucker Carlson said, and I'm almost quoting, letting women serve is making a mockery of the U.S. military. How do we feel about that, kids? Good? Yes. Then a female service member.
Female soldiers.
That's right. Then a female service member said anytime Tucker wants to meet to see who's a mockery, she's ready. And with that, he peed his pants. Also, he is actually being called out by the Pentagon. The Pentagon has never, ever responded to anything ever. They responded to Tucker Carlson saying they don't take advice from a talk show host. He also, I love this one, he said, he also mocked that the U.S. military is not as strong as China's military. Did you hear that? We are not as good as China's military, but Fox defended, they did not take that from him. Fox said he meant Russia. That was funny. That was funny. We're having fun.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to stop looking at me, and I think that's a good idea. Oh, I don't look bad. I like the tie. I like the thing. I think we're all having a good time. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming. I'm looking at the thing to find my best friend in the world, Steve Goodie. Let's hear it for Steve Goodie, everybody. Yay!
Clap for my, now best friend in the world, Brad Tassell. You're doing an excellent job under the influence of a very recent shot.
Steve.
Yes.
I wasn't going to say this, but when you said now your best friend, I was about to say something that was meant to be kind of funny, but was actually true and a little sad, which was, you're right, because your best friend passed away. I'm so sorry. I still feel bad. She was lovely. So,
Who are we talking about?
Suki.
Yeah.
Suki?
That was 2.5 years ago. But thanks.
I know, but I still feel, but she's the greatest person ever.
It's a comedy show, Brad.
Hey!
But we were missing one pallbearer and a number 2 pencil. Hey! Okay, I'm glad. I'd just like to say, I'm glad he only has to get 2 shots. Ordinarily, at this time of year, I would be looking forward to Sunday, where I am the host at the legendary Bluebird Cafe every Sunday. And at this time of year, I would play the following song because daylight savings time is about to begin again. So instead of playing it the Bluebird, I'm going to play it for you now. Here we go. It's daylight savings time, that time of year when I'm chronically late for work, which annoys that stupid jerk. My manager, I mean, down at the Dairy Queen. Oh, how he does berate me when I come in late. He likes to yell and scream, there's no I in team. I need punctual employees to make stupid frozen treats. Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. I'll go work the register. But he says, you're late, so you go clean the ladies' room. So I'm scrubbing toilets now, cursing because somehow this 23-hour day got longer anyway. What bonehead thought of this, arbitrarily changing what time it is? It's only payback, y'all, for the extra hour last fall. It will not save you time, won't get you more sunshine, just makes us surlier from getting up earlier. So if you're at DQ, waiting in the drive-thru, don't expect a faster crew to effing wait on you. That's the end of the song.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Yes.
Because Sunday, well, actually Saturday night, we will set our clocks forward an hour, meaning we lose an hour, but we get the sun to set later. And that's confusing for some people. So that leads us straight into tonight's top 10 list. The category is Top 10 Daylight Savings Time Tips for Science Deniers. Because it's complicated enough getting it straight without thinking the world is a frisbee. So these are some helpful tips for those of us who are still adamantly denying science. Number 10. The sun will now set an hour later because Joe Biden really did get elected. Number 9. You have only 47 hours this weekend to be a moron. Okay.
I need everyone.
Number 8. Yes, this means that the Earth is actually 4,999 years, 364 days, and 23 hours old. See, these are tips for daylight savings time for science deniers. All right.
Good.
Number 7, that round thingy with numbers and hands, that's a clock.
Ooh.
Number 6, to be 100% safe, you should monitor the sun's movement all day by staring directly at it. Number 5, if Ted Cruz asks you for a ride to the airport, be sure to get there on time so that he'll be an hour late for his flight. Number 4, make sure you don't get vaccinated on Sunday or the clock in the chip they put in your brain will make you late for all the Q messages. Number 3, hence the term chip for brains. Remember, these are daylight savings time tips for science deniers. Number 2, remember that in Phoenix, they don't observe daylight savings time, but in Roswell, they have an entire secret colony of Martians who are running the economy and putting Jews in space to direct lasers at Marjorie Taylor Greene's tin foil hat. I should have gone a little slower on that.
You should have gone a little slower.
And the number 1 daylight saving time tips for science deniers: the storm is coming an hour earlier.
That was beautiful.
Thanks.
Yes.
Look at him. Look at him. That's Steve Goodie, everybody. And he's got hair. You know, both guys that run this show have hair. Has anybody noticed?
I did notice that.
We both have hair. Hey, I forgot a joke. I'm going to tell it.
Is it about the cassette deck in your car?
Must you?
No, it's about Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I forgot to tell it. So here it is, everybody. Last joke from me, maybe. So think tank reject Marjorie Taylor Greene is being offered a cookie and a history book by Guam after she said in a speech that the American territory is unworthy of U.S. aid because it's a foreign country.
Oh my God.
Yay.
Oh my God.
Uh-huh, yeah. So,
Really?
by the way, though, Greene refused the offer because she is not smart enough to read a history book, and getting a cookie from a dude is why she can't go to the Virgin Islands.
Confusing.
I tried to make it confusing, and that's confusing. The point is, she got a dude gave her a cookie, and she had sex with him, and she thinks you can't go to the Virgin Islands if you're not a virgin.
Okay.
All right. Well, there you go.
You
That was the best joke of the day. You can't. I'm sorry. You didn't know that? Okay. Well, you know, speaking of virgins, we've got Carla Ulbrich. I know he's still waiting.
Oh.
Patient man.
Get him a water pick.
He needs the water pick. A really big one.
Wait a minute. Let me get these headphones below the guitar here. So speaking of foreign territories, I've been living in Jersey now for about 15 years.
Oh, you.
I'm originally from South Carolina. You know how to start a scandal in the neighborhood in the suburbs of Jersey. walk to the mailbox barefoot. They can't handle it. I don't know. It's so they're laughing. They're going, "Oh, your feet!" It's the weirdest thing, man. So, something fun to do when you're in Jersey, because we're really hurting here for fun things to do. And, did you know that New Jersey does not have a state song?
Really?
No.
No.
It is the only state that doesn't have a state song. And they were at one point, they nominated Born to Run, and it was actually the legislature somebody was really pushing in the legislature for Born to Run. And then they realized the song is about trying to get the hell out of New Jersey.
Yes.
Plus, it has suicide in it twice.
Exactly. All it needs now is a number 2 pencil, some pallbearers, and
That's right.
a little paper Le Pew, and we're all set. Let me get my pencil. I'll start writing it after I finish doing this. Yeah, so I decided I'd take a pass at it. There's the Missouri Waltz, Rocky Mountain High, and I love you, California. Georgia on my mind, New York, and Blue Moon of Kentucky. Tennessee's got 9 official songs, but Jersey, it ain't even got diddly squat. No, well, maybe there's a reason for that. It's a death trap with high property tax, but still it's just plain wrong. It's the only state that doesn't have its own state song. We got the boss himself, Queen Latifah, Paul Simon, Frank Sinatra, Whitney Houston, Bon Jovi, but for anthems we got nada. Starting to develop some kind of complex, but they'll probably just name that neurosis after New York. Oh, well, seriously, what's the deal here? I mean, what are we, chopped liver? It's like we don't even belong. If you look it up, even chopped liver has its own song. Whoa, oh, 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 oh.
Carla, brilliant, amazing. Would the New Jersey State song be "I Live on Exit 87" or something like that, or?
I don't know, something about Taylor Ham. I'm not from here. Laugh at all those people going barefoot. I don't know.
I think it would be the theme from Goodfellas.
I think it would be the copyright song.
Yeah, that's right. So, Carla, tomorrow night you do a show.
I do. Every Friday night I do a live stream for about 30, 40 minutes, and we do fun songs and word games and dad jokes. And it's very fun. It's on YouTube and Facebook.
It's a wonderful show.
It is.
Last week.
And there are drum rolls.
It's lots of fun.
There
You
are
can just
drum
go
rolls.
to rim shots. carlau.com for info.
Let's hear it for Carla, everybody. Come on. I can't believe it. That's amazing. Wow, that was really, there are a lot of talented people on this show. I should join them. I wrote a joke today. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Are you ready? Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Who's there?
Who's there?
Tiramisu.
Tiramisu.
I miss you too, Tierra.
Oh.
I thought that was cute. That was cute. That could be New Jersey's state song. Now I'm talking to you, Facebook, if you're still there. I'm Brad, and if you give us $500,000, we'll keep doing this show for the next 5 years. Just go to virtualcomedyshow.com, click donate to the comedians, and everyone you see on this show, heck, maybe even the audience, I'll give some money.
Or
Why not? Also, and I'll talk about our sponsor later. Okay, that was enough. I don't want to talk too much today because we have an incredible special guest, a man that I have respected and cared about all my life. I stayed at his house once, and let's look at him right now. That's Pat Duax, everybody. Hi, Pat.
Hi, Pat.
Hey,
Woo!
everybody.
So, hey, I want to talk 2 seconds about you, and then I'll let you talk for as long as you like. No more than 10 minutes, though. So anyway,
That friendship went fast, didn't it?
Pat started comedy about the same time as me. What, 87, 80, what year?
I was way ahead of you, Brad. 78.
Wow.
78. Were you 6?
Oh, yeah, I lied to get into the clubs.
Really? Because we worked. Well, I came to Chicago about 87. And we did like New Year's or so. I can't remember where it was, but I did New Year's in Chicago. And you had a New Year's Eve party at your apartment. And it was packed. It was like Animal House. I couldn't believe it. And it was the first place I'd ever seen anybody. And you didn't know this, I think, but some people had cocaine. I saw I'd never seen that I know. See, you probably I've never told you this. There were people in your house. They pulled out a little thing and they were doing cocaine. And when they did that, I turned to him and I said, bye, and I left. And I wasn't there 5 minutes. So, because I was scared. So you didn't know that, did you?
No. Did you ever see me there?
No, I didn't even see you at your party.
Sure, it was my house.
Yeah, you invited me. You said, come to my house. I'm having a party.
We knew you were coming.
That house.
Probably wasn't yours.
I'm going with that. That wasn't my house, Brad.
Yeah.
Did you send me someplace else? I'm having a party. Or I found the wrong house because I didn't know anybody at the party. I thought it would be comedians, and it was just a bunch of people I don't know.
Darn Matt Quest.
Oh my God, I feel so terrible. So Pat has been around since the 70s. He has been a headliner all over the country. Moved to Florida at one point because
I still live in the same house that you're at. The same house.
Oh, and we had fruit from your own little yard there, and Pat still headlines all over the country. Well, not as much this year, but starting to book stuff now. I see you're booking. You're doing that club in Daytona. No, where is it coming up?
St. Augustine's coming up. We got a couple of clubs in St. Augustine, and then we got another one in Cocoa Beach.
Nice.
Cocoa Beach, fantastic. So I'm going to stop talking. You're going to do whatever the hell you want for 10 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, Pat Duax.
Hey.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. You touched on a lot of subjects that I wanted to talk about. Like, this is the 1 year anniversary of the whole COVID. And, you got to look on the bright side. It's paying dividends. Today was garbage day. I went to go get my garbage can. Walking down my street, 3 women, all with baby carriages. And I'm serious. I was impressed. Yeah, the baby parade. All right, the babies. They all looked at me. They went, who knew? They knew. I'm telling you, here in Florida, it's kind of amazing because it's almost like things have not stopped. We have a strawberry festival. Everybody's here for the strawberry festival, and they have the local reporter there, and the local reporter built a foot-high strawberry shortcake, and he showed it to this little 5-year-old boy. He says, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And the little boy looked at him and said, "You're a pig." That's what you gotta love. Things don't change. Kids will tell you the truth. Another place we have here in Florida, we have Honeymoon Island, and the only way you could get to Honeymoon Island is by ferry boat. So my wife and I were waiting in the ferry boat for Honeymoon Island, and this little girl says to her mother, "Are you telling me that a ferry is going to come and take us to the island?" And spring break is just like it's always been. It's insane down here. I mean, and I wish I don't know if I would have been more responsible at that age. Probably not. But it's just the traffic here. I'm driving along, and I'm coming, just coasting through a red light, and this guy's coming behind me. So I figure I'll get in the left turn lane, and he pulls up next to me. Why don't you learn how to drive? Why don't you just go home and die? And I'm going, oh my, gee, and then I start thinking, this young guy, he grew up with Harry Potter and the magicians. So I do some mumbo jumbo with my hand, then I slit my throat and I throw it at him. Hey, what was that? You take that back. The left turn signal turns on the green light, so I go pulling away. He goes, hey, come back! Hey, no, sometimes, a wizard's just got a whiz. It's so good to see you again, Brad. Like, it's been years, and it's all because of Facebook. You got to give credit where credit's due. Facebook's a place where you can speak your mind, even if you've lost it. Technology is just an amazing. We live in amazing times. I asked Alexa, have you been hacked by the Russians? Alexa said, yet.
Here you go.
So, anyway, I suppose I should catch up a little bit on myself. I became a minister. And I'm not making this up for the Universal Life Church. My nephew asked me to perform his wedding ceremony, so I went online, became a minister. They had some famous people of this church. Willie Nelson is one of the ministers there. And, Willie Nelson once told me, he said, Willie Nelson told me, Pat, never, ever be a name dropper. Anyway, when you become a minister and you do one of these ceremonies, most people know that you're not really a minister, but some people think you are. You know how weddings are, they're drinking a little bit and they start coming up to you and they start confessing their sins. And I'm like, don't do that anymore. That's all I got. Don't do that. But it's inevitable. I didn't know this, but probably priests and all kinds of ministers. People want to tell you religious jokes. They come up with religious stuff that you've heard 1,000 times before. But finally, one guy told me one that I had never heard. I'd like to share it with you. A Jew goes to his rabbi and says, Rabbi, my son has become a Christian. Rabbi says, funny you should come to me because my son became a Christian. Rabbi, who did you go to for counsel? I went to God. What did God say? God said, funny you should come to me. I never heard that. But before I go, I sent away for a mask that includes social distancing, and I'd like to get your opinion. Tell me what you think here. Work for you?
Yes.
Would you go near this guy?
I'm gonna lick him.
Yeah. Hey, now, wouldn't it be great if I took this off and I was really Queen Elizabeth? I love doing this, and I feel privileged to be with all you entertainers. We got to keep on doing it. Yeah, I'm going to say good night.
Good night. Let's Pat. Duax, everybody. Yay. Woo. Pat, I adore you. I've always thought you were the greatest person I know and one of the sweetest gentlemen on the planet Earth. I want to say that sincerely. Thank you again, Pat Duax. Yay. And by the way, Pat's wife is a world-renowned artist and does Sesame Street books and many other kids' books and other art. but known especially for, if you see a Sesame Street book, it's a lot of chances it's her art, which is really amazing. So
This is very true. Yep.
yeah,
Thank you for
so
mentioning
Pat
that.
doesn't what?
Thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah. So Pat doesn't need this stupid little show at all. We won't be separating any money out for Pat if we get any, let me tell you. He's got that Elmo money right there, that Big Bird money. So okay. Big Bird money. I'm not where I was supposed to stand, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna keep moving. Keep moving. Steve, are you ready? So today, Patti Vasquez is at Zany's all this week, which is one of Pat's home clubs. And they haven't worked me in years. But anyway, so Patti and I recorded a Patti Melt today, and this is it.
Woohoo!
I am so sorry that I can't be live with you tonight. I am performing for the first time live in almost a year, and live. I've been live with you, so that I apologize for saying that I haven't been live before. Only this time I'm not, and I'm making this more complicated than I have to. But I'm going to miss you tonight and seeing all your wonderful faces, and I'm so grateful for your support. And I promise I'll be back next week, unless I make a booking mistake and make Brad scramble and record this with me in the middle of the day again. I'm nervous, and I know that I usually melt for other reasons, out of rage and frustration. This week I'm a little bit nervous, and maybe I have some rage, because one of the things that I'm nervous about is my ability to be reintroduced into society. And I think I'm not the only one, but I realized today some of the things that I'm nervous about are the things that I've actually been grateful for not having to deal with for the last year. And one of those things today, I realized it is not being told to smile. I think that if you've been here for enough of these shows, you know that I'm a smiler. I love to smile. It's my thing. I'm a big smiler. So when I'm not, like, in that split second that someone catches me when I'm not smiling, like, hey, why don't you smile? I'm like, no, usually I smile. They cut me in a back moment. But here's the thing. I don't owe anybody a smile. Like, it's a demand. Like a smile should come naturally. It should be inspired by happiness and joy and laughter, not some dude on the sidewalk who's like, hey, you dropped something. And I have to look down and go, what? Your smile. By the way, that's how every guy who harasses a woman sounds like. Hey, why don't you just? I guess maybe I have Mario Cuomo in my head today. I'm not sure. Because 6 women have come forward saying that he has harassed them. And you know what the reaction from a lot of men online has been? What? Now I can't ask a girl for a kiss? Yeah, apparently that is the voice that I hear when I read guys online. You know what? If that's your reaction to a woman saying that she is traumatized by a man in power taking advantage by trying to kiss her, ask her about herself, her sex life, and your reaction is, what? Now I can't ask her if she's, getting a little frisky with other people? Yeah, no. If you have to ask, if you can't ask, then you probably shouldn't be asking. I know that's complicated. I'll diagram it some other time. But, think about it. Women have put up with this for their entire lives. You are not the first person they're coming across with, like, hey, give me a little smooch. And then Cuomo's reaction is, that's who I am. I like to get all slobbery with the ladies. God, just thinking about it. There is always an implied threat for women. When we're walking down the street and someone just says hi, we actually panic about whether or not we should say hi back. Like, if I say hi back, is that then an invitation? Now I got to talk to this guy and he thinks that I'm flirting with him. And if I don't say hi, am I in danger? That's something that comes across our minds, because they will yell things at us. And I don't want to use that kind of language tonight, because it's Brad's show. And even though I do use that language in other circumstances, I don't do it on Brad's show. And I've been very good around my kids until the pandemic. And now my 17-year-old swears better than I do. And that's fine. As long as he doesn't ask women for a smile or whether he can kiss. Why is that something that's a threat to you, that you can't ask a woman for a kiss? So that's basically what I came on today to tell you, that if you're worried that you can't ask a woman for a kiss, you're worried about the wrong thing.
Wow, that was great. Can I, although, because I think that's very important, that women know that they're in charge, and you can't really spend that time like asking somebody to smile. It's just so, I don't know, kind of smug, Although I did wonder one thing. Have you ever thought about maybe showing a little more cleavage?
When I started doing stand-up, I won't tell you which comedian. There were several comedians, because I was 22 when I started, and so I was young. And it was hard to figure out which was people flirting with me and really trying to give me advice. But it didn't take too long. One comic thought that I should be like an updated version of Mae West and wear like slinky dresses and have like a cigarette holder.
Oh man.
Yep. And another comedian told me that I should do a calendar, like, you know how the athletes would do calendars with, and this is like in 1995, you know, like maybe hold like, you know, basketballs over your breasts and those would be, yep. That's the kind of stuff. I do material about breast cancer awareness, but it grew out of trying to write material about how we market women for beer, for car insurance, for all these different ways where we sexualize them, and breasts are so prominent. And but the breast cancer material grew out of that because I was in Alabama. I was in Birmingham, Alabama, and I was trying to talk about you know, men sort of always having to talk about our boobs. And this guy goes, "Who cares?" And I just went on a tear about. I actually had a patty melt in Birmingham, Alabama, about breast cancer. So,
well, and that's, you know, that's terrible. I mean, and I don't even equate it to what happened to me when I started out. A lot of comics come up and say, "You show your face too much." Patti Vasquez, clap everybody!
Yay! I'll see you next
Patti!
week. Love you. Miss you. Love you.
Yay! That was Patti Vasquez, everybody. Clap.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. So Patty's lovely. I was too quiet. I wasn't really mic'd, and I apologize that. I'm in the control room because I think these guys are doing a great job tonight. Let's hear it for the guys. They cost us over $10,000 a week to get all this running. So that reminds me to tell you, too, get on any platform. I don't care what it is, Spotify, iHeart, whatever it is, XM, whatever it is, and put in Brad Tassell, Steve Goodie, anybody you see, Carla Ulbrich, anybody, Pat Duax, and you can listen to our stuff for free. For free. I know it's not Halloween or Christmas, but Steve and I have Halloween and Christmas albums that you need to hear. That's all there is to it, plus stand-up and other music. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do on that, because Steve has last week, okay, Steve, where are you? Steve, right, the video last week was, I hope everybody saw it because it was beautiful. So did you say you had something this week?
I do have something. But before I do that, I want to applaud Patti for her latest Patti Melt. And at the risk of being accused of mansplaining, it's not Mario Cuomo, it's Andrew Cuomo who's doing the creepy stuff. We still like Mario Cuomo, his dad. All right. As you may, also there was an extra item on the top 10 list. There's actually 11, and I forgot to read the last one. So let's just return to that for a second. Top 10 daylight saving time tips for science deniers. Number 0, during the missing hour, audio tapes will show that Trump broke into the Watergate Hotel because he heard they had curly fries. Okay.
Taking it up to 11 again.
Last week, the past couple weeks, we've been exploring the world of silent film from ages gone by. 2 weeks ago, we showed some Buster Keaton stuff of him doing amazing stunts that he really did himself. And last week, we showed part 1 of a series of Zoe movies, a character named Zoe that my friend Maria Menazzi and I created back in 2001. And here's episode 2. And naturally, I have forgotten to fast forward to the correct part of it. And also, we're still looking at Patti. So let's skip. It's my job to get this together. And here we go. All right. Here it is. Part 2.
Ah. Yay! Let's Steve Goodie, everybody. You need to make more of those.
Yes.
They are so much work to make.
Yeah.
It didn't look like it.
It didn't look like. You know what the hardest thing in that one was? That was an actual stage set made to look like a dance studio for an actual theater production that cost many thousands of dollars. Having her throw that hammer away in a careless way without damaging that very expensive floor.
Oh my! Yeah.
Is a huge problem. And that bicycle is a death trap. So.
And you guys were in California at this time.
Yep.
Wow, that was really neat. So, well, hey, folks, that was amazing. This is a great show. By the way, we have a new thing in this show, and that is I do the worst joke at the end. So, Steve, after this joke, go right to the Thursday song. By the way, everybody, thanks for being here. I'll get off Facebook after that. Everybody else, thanks for coming. You can hang out. We'll talk after the show. Here's the worst joke of the show. So, an Arkansas teacher, I feel like I told this joke. An Arkansas teacher is on paid leave.
You didn't tell it.
I didn't tell this, right?
Nope.
Good. An Arkansas teacher is on paid leave after she made a kindergartner clean feces out of the toilet with his bare hand as punishment for using too much toilet paper. Has anyone seen this?
Yes.
Alice has seen this.
Yes.
The family is horrified. The school has tried to apologize, and the teacher can't understand the problem because the men on her Tinder seem to like it. Well, that's the show, folks. Go ahead, Steve.
And that public school toilet has never been cleaner.
Have a very merry Thursday. It's a special time of week when Thursday bells are pealing and life no longer seems so bleak. Let's open up our presents and carve our Thursday goose and wait for Father Thursday to arrive upon his moose.
You know, we tried to incorporate all the wonderful family traditions that people associate with Thursday.
Thursday comes but once a week, but do not shed a tear, 'cause there are more than 50 Thursdays packed in every year, and every single one of them is full of mirth and glee. So stuff your face and break some wind and join the revelry. Have a very merry Thursday. Put on your orange fez and decorate the Thursday tree with milk, bone, spam, and pez. Once you've curled your mustache and donned your Thursday clothes, I'll catch you 'neath the mistletoe and punch you in the nose. Merry Thursday.